Hey everyone, Rob from Southgate Media Group here. Before we get started with this podcast, we have a quick message. If this is your first time checking out the show, we love that you found us and we really hope you enjoy it. What we have to say is for the subscribers. If you enjoy our shows, would you please donate to help keep these going? We don't want to have to put traditional ads on these shows, but this does cost money. So we really do rely heavily on donations. To make a donation to the show, please go to our website, www.southgatemediagroup.com. Go to the page for the show, and in the upper right-hand corner is a donate button. It takes you right to PayPal, and you can donate whatever amount you want. Thanks a lot for listening, everybody. And now, on with the show.
Hey Flash family, welcome back to the Flashpoint, a Southgate Media Group podcast dedicated to all things The Flash on the CW related stuff. I am Lilith, and joining me as always is the other fourth of Firestorm.
I'm a corner Firestorm. Woohoo! It's Kelly.
Up for discussion today is episode 204, The Fury of Firestorm. The synopsis is: Barry and the team look for another Firestorm match for Dr. Stein. When the team meets Jefferson Jackson, Caitlin has reservations about whether Jax is the right match for Dr. Stein. Meanwhile, Iris surprises Joe while Barry and Patty grow awkwardly more close. Let's see, who were the guest stars? Of course, I think this is the last time we're going to see Victor Gerber before episode 8 as Martin Stein. We have Franz Drame as Jefferson Jackson and the other half of Firestorm. Damore Barnes is Henry Hewitt, aka the bad guy that we got 33 minutes into the damn episode. Amanda Page reprised her role again as Tina McGee. Just when we were asking about her, they give her to us. They know what we want. Chantel Van Santine as Patty Spivot, and of course the other Vanessa Williams as Francine West. I just have to get this out of the way. Francine has a son, and I'm pretty sure it's Wally West. So Wally West is from this earth.
Wow.
Did not see that coming.
No. Which is pretty awesome.
I love Iris's response. Like, she is Joe's daughter 100%. She has his back, and I love that they have a bond so tight, and I just wish that would be the case for the Lances.
Mm-hmm.
It's so refreshing to see a good father-daughter relationship on TV, especially an African-American father-daughter relationship.
Yes.
I can never say too many good things about the Wesses. I think that they're very well written. Even this whole Francine thing, you know, she is dying, and I think that that's kind of genius because you put an expiration date on this character, and you also have the countdown clock to when we meet Wally West, because obviously when she dies is when he has to come live with them, right?
Right, you would think, yeah.
So I think that that's fun. I mean, it's a fictional character. If it was a real character, you know, it'd be sad. But McGregor's disease, come on, since Kelly actually said, hey, that sounds familiar, and looked it up, would you like to tell us a little bit about it?
Well, that would just happen to be the disease that Mr. Freeze's wife had.
And who should happen to be coming to Gotham? Nora Freeze and Mr. Freeze. Interesting. How it's not all related at all.
No, of course not. That would just be too weird.
Oh, so yeah. This episode was good, but it I had a problem when Firestorm first showed up initially and kind of overtook the Flash, because I love Barry, I love Grant. I'm not so big on Firestorm. I mean, I do love Victor Garber as Martin Stein, but at the end of the day, the name of the show is The Flash.
Right.
So that's been the whole problem with this episode for me. I love Grant, obviously, so when he's underutilized, I get a little attitude. I get snippy.
Yes. Well, I can understand that. Doggone, you know?
But the rest of the cast really shined. I mean, I guess when Barry is not in the spotlight, the rest of the cast really does get to shine. Joe had great pieces. Iris had great pieces. Caitlin had to overcome her, whatever her situation was. And at first I thought it was a little like elitist, but what it was is that Ronnie was the other half of Firestorm, and she wanted somebody like Ronnie.
Right. Understandable. In a way, understandably.
Just kind of cringeworthy at times because, still a lot of people hadn't really figured that out till the very end and were very upset with Caitlyn. It took me like a second watch, actually.
Yeah, well, I can understand that too. She was trying to find. Well, I think besides wanting to find someone like him, she was also trying to. She was thinking that Dr. Stein would also relate to a scientist, maybe better. But I think he's a perfect choice.
Yeah.
They have what other lacks. You know what I'm saying? They complete each other.
No, but seriously, now we're basically just gender bent Firestorm, Kelly. We are. We're gonna have to go to the next town we go together is Firestorm now.
We could do that. Yeah, we could.
That's what tickled me pink about this whole episode. But
I'll be the old white lady. You can be.
You're not that.
You could be the cool, young, athletic black lady.
I'm really interested. Obviously, they're setting that up for Legends of Tomorrow, but it's weird that they're shipping them off to Pittsburgh. I don't really remember. Isn't that where they were going, or was it the other place in Ohio?
Yeah. Pittsburgh.
Okay.
That's in Pennsylvania, by the way.
Oh, what was I thinking of? No, Poughkeepsie's in New York. Maybe? What am I even thinking right now?
I don't know.
I don't know why I was thinking Cincinnati and Pittsburgh were next to each other. I have no idea why. Anyway, yeah, they didn't really mention that the last time because I thought they were kind of just flying around homeless that whole time. But okay. With the bad Emil wig, that is like a prerequisite.
Living under a bridge.
Begging for change. I mean, I thought that that's what they had been doing the whole time, but okay.
That's hilarious.
Anyway, yeah. So it's weird that we got our villain so far into the episode. I was like, okay, I'm cool with character exploration and growing from their bigotry or whatever was going on. And then bang, he like the guy comes into the lab and he's like, a villain. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that was actually kind of cool though.
He was like that guy from what was that movie that I was watching? It's by Pixar. About the emotions.
Oh, yeah, Inside Out.
Yes, he was Rage, played by Louis Black all the way. His head catches on fire. Are you gonna fire me? I was like, this is so melodramatic, I can't.
Now I'm gonna have to show that to Ellie because she loves that movie, by the way. It's just gonna laugh. I have not seen it yet.
Kelly. It's awesome. You're gonna love it. They really did capture a lot of the science of like emotions and especially like a growing child's emotions and stuff, and really interesting takes on it. We did a Big Picture about it, Big Picture Radio, also on Southgate Media.
Very cool. I will have to listen to that.
Ah, man, I'm so full of shameless plugs. I can't help it. I feel like my name should be Rob at this point. I'm just kidding, but not really. Anyway, yeah, so I thought that was weird, but I love, oh my god, don't hate me, West Allen lovers. I really do enjoy what little bit that we got of Patty and Barry. I like them. I want him to try to have a normal relationship with someone, but we know it won't work out unless he tells her the secret.
Right.
And she's still billed as a guest star, so my guess is she's kicking the bucket.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Well, I mean, we can't let too many people. I mean, they're pickier than how many people are let into the Arrow Cave, you know.
Well, they still have a problem with security, like the Arrow Cave.
Yeah, they do. And sometimes it's by their own membership.
Very true. Just it was just kind of like, I'm okay with the Flash not having villains. Like, I think they should experiment with that one episode for sure.
Well, we had 2 villains this time.
Oh yeah, at the end with Man Shark,
Left Shark.
Left Shark. He really did kind of look like Left Shark.
Yeah, Joe, we need to put on an APB for Left Shark.
I
Put
was
your
surprised.
hands up. I mean, your fins up.
I was really surprised that like, because I just wasn't expecting that in this episode. Like, you know, just like, hey, episode 4, we're gonna blow a big chunk of our special effects budget. I thought it was really well done for TV. Shout out to Armin FX.
Well, yeah, because they totally like made it sound like they were wrapping it up, and then boom, there he was. You know,
and it's Wells, and it's like, wait, he stole something from like Tina's company, Mercury Labs, and he saves Barry, and supposedly he's the good guy now. And I mean, we just got over our trust issues, but if anybody we should be suspicious of is a Wells, because for all we know, that could be another Ebor Thawne who pulled the same shenanigans.
From whatever Earth he's from. And I actually had this discussion with 2 coworkers this week.
Yay! Kelly works in a nerd facility.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I actually had somebody today. It was so funny. I think I broke him. I broke my coworker because he was just so tickled to death that I watch all these shows and that I go to conventions. He was just kind of floored by that. And so I think I broke Jose.
Oh.
Jose, if you're listening, I hope you're no longer broken and you're enjoying the show. He didn't know what a podcast was, so I had to explain that.
Wow, it's a lot of people actually don't know what a podcast is, and it's weird because they have usually iOS things.
Yes.
Which, like, I'm not gonna front, is the best way to listen to a podcast. As an Android person, I can concede where things are stronger in different arenas. Unless you have Stitcher, of course. We love Stitcher here on the Southgate Media Group,
we do.
Network of podcasts. Oh, we're not sponsored by them yet. Put it into the ether. Anyway,
that's right.
yeah, like that whole shark thing. Just, I thought it was just like for you know, kicks and giggles, and I thought it was really good. And you know, I like that we have the budget to do stuff like that.
Yes.
I hope Armin FX gets another Emmy nod for it and maybe wins.
Well, that would be awesome.
But the season's not over.
Think, though,
he probably has a ton more cool stuff.
I still think we need the Gorilla Grodd for Samsonite.
Yeah, let's get some of these bills paid. Let's get an even bigger special effects budget.
Yes. Yeah, I'm thinking of so many deals that you could do that would be really funny, remaking 70s commercials with, you know.
Last week it was Starbucks. Why isn't there an actual flash drink? This week, Samsonite, she's calling you out. Again.
I think it was Samsonite. It was either a Samsonite or American Tourister that had that commercial with the ape in the 70s, because it was awesome.
Anyway, let's see. That's pretty much it besides the Stein, Caitlin, Firestorm Matrix situation. When his hand glowed on his way to the elevator, I was like, what, whoa. Ruh-roh, Shaggy.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy that they were just telling people, though, like, you're going to be a superhero. Yeah. It's just like, can't they put 2 and 2 together? There's another superhero running around town saving people?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And, okay, Dr. Stein's been outed. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
It was just weird. I was just like, oh man, this is worse than the Captain Lance thing. I mean, these are just random people.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's like, how many people can we show the Star Labs cave to now? You know. Okay, now my question is this:
all right.
Yeah, so with Dr. Wells coming back from the dead from Earth 2, does that mean that he gets his company back?
Or does it mean he goes to jail?
Yeah, exactly.
Tina was like, I know that man. We were thick as thieves for the longest time.
Exactly. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of a weird... Where does that leave him, Barry? Yeah, you know what I mean?
I guess Barry's due for another emotional arc.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's gonna need his dad to figure this one out.
Do you know
Because it's
something
gonna
we
be
don't?
pretty. No, not for sure, but I seem to remember a trip to Canada
Okay, do
sometime
you remember the
soon.
day of the trip to Canada? Because I know what day this was filmed, and we can put
I
two
can I
and
can
two
look up.
together.
I will try to look up, but I'm just saying the whole Wells thing is gonna bring up. I mean, think about it. Wells was another father figure to Barry. This is gonna bring up a whole emotional upheaval to him,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna need some help from his two dads
I
to
totally
straighten this out.
agree. I'm here for it. But
Yeah,
yeah, this episode was a little kind of weak just because we weren't focusing on Barry so much. I mean, it's all the
right.
Flash, and but like I said, I like that everybody else got a chance to shine, and it's nice that we have an ensemble cast that can still hold its own. But at the same time, this is Barry's story. That's what I tune in for. They are the supporting characters.
Right. Well, and I like that Dr. Stein was telling, Cisco, basically, trust your friends.
Yeah.
Tell them the truth. You know,
Oh,
that's going to get interesting.
it might have felt a little off too because we had a new director and also a new writing partner for Caillou Wu, so Joe Pericchio. So it takes a while. Like the Flash is kind of a lot of balls are in the air right now with the spinoff and
Mm-hmm.
the back half still kind of being written at this point. So as a new writer, when you go to a writer's room, it's a little daunting, and I can understand it. And plus, you're writing a new character
Well,
that's going to another show.
and the timing is different, too, because, I mean, think of how they did the tag.
Oh yeah.
So what we're used to for timing was off too,
Mm-hmm.
because we had to have left Shark on the rampage.
Yeah. I'm just really they did leave on an interesting premise, so I'm really excited for next episode. Next episode is their version of the Doctor Female Light. A very interesting character in the DC universe history. Interested to see what they do with it. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully next week is more Joe. Hopefully we don't have to see Francine for a while unless she's bringing Wally. Like I'm really actually excited about Wally West. I didn't think I would be, but I actually really am because of this little twist that they're doing with it. And this is going to be something so juicy for Jesse Martin. Oh, he's going to
Oh, yeah.
kill this. Like, he's going to go through the 5 stages, and after acceptance, he gets a chance to
Oh,
be a
yeah.
dad again. It's
Maybe 6 stages.
ooh.
I mean, he may actually kill her.
Nah, it's Joe. At the end of the day, he's a good guy and he just wants to do what's right. So that's the nice thing about Joe West. I think he might be my favorite
That's
TV dad
true.
right now. Sorry, Quentin.
Yeah.
Fraternizing with the enemy. Sorry. And by that I mean Oliver.
Yeah.
Kidding, of course,
Yeah.
mostly. That's not really much to talk about. Let's just get into our favorite stuff. What was your favorite scene?
Oh, goodness. I loved Iris telling her mom off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, good for her. I mean, that sounds terrible, but she chose. She made a choice, and so she has to live with her daughter's choice.
Definite.
And that took a lot of strength to do, and I think it was because of her tremendous respect for her dad.
Mm-hmm. I love their bond. I really do. They solidified it almost
Yeah.
every week now. It's really cool. I think my favorite, I guess, no, I'll save that for a moment. I think my favorite scene has to be Caitlin giving what used to belong to Ronnie to Jay or Jax, and
No.
explaining it, and I also like the where she kind of has to eat, humble pie. She comes in basically with her hat in hand,
Mhm.
and she's like, "Hey, I'm sorry."
Now, look, I gotta ask a question. When he puts that compass in his pocket, what happens to it when he becomes Firestorm?
Comic book logic.
I'm just saying.
It goes haywire.
Well, and does it melt? I mean,
Maybe Cisco sprayed a protective coat over it.
maybe. I
Maybe
don't
it has
know,
a bit of
but
that freeze gun element in it.
because I have a compass, it's kind of like that, and it wouldn't hold up to that. Trust me.
Oh. Yeah, it's always something with the comic book show, but I thought it was a beautiful gesture, and
Yes, it was.
I mean, I guess it was nice to see that Caitlyn, can be a bit of a witch at times. She lets her emotions rule her at times, and that's good because she seems so clinical and cold. But boom, a lot of the times, and I like seeing Caitlyn open up, whether it's for better or for worse. I mean, we're not all good or all bad all the time as human beings, and neither should a fictional character.
Exactly. She reminds me of another scientist on another show in another
Boom.
universe.
Right?
No, actually.
Oh, she totally gives me Brennan.
Oh, well, that too, but I
Abby?
was thinking Shield.
Oh,
Simmons.
the
But anyway,
other universe.
yes,
I like my Bones answer better, so whatever.
I hear you. Yeah. I like Bones too.
Although no, what I did see of season 1 of Fritz and Simmons, they're cool beans.
Yeah.
Oh, so do you have any favorite lines?
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Long couple days, like I said. I loved, okay. Stop. Put your fins up. I can't stop laughing.
For the sheer melodramatic moment of it all, he goes, the bad guy goes, "You chose him over me? That's who I'm supposed to
Yes.
be. I deserve the Firestorm Matrix." And I'm like, nah, that's exactly why you don't.
That's exactly
It was
it.
so
Yes.
hilarious to me. It was almost like Oliver when he when they were busting him and he was with the brat fight, he goes over the rail and he grabs his chest. It was just so melodramatic. It was like, way to put the queen in drama queen, Oliver. Oh man, that was just right up on top of that. So anyway,
I need that shirt. Oliver puts the queen in drama queen.
somebody make it for her on
Green
Redbubble quick.
Yes.
Or Etsy or wherever.
We will have to do that.
Let's see. My favorite moment definitely though is God, it was a really great shot of Cisco saying goodbye to Stein. Like that whole scene where they're saying goodbye to Firestorm 2.0 is really beautifully shot because it's in the daytime. It's at his family home. They're gathered round to send them off. It was just really well put together.
Yes.
Who was your favorite character of the night, by the way?
Oh. I'm going to give it to Iris.
Ooh, scandalous.
I'm gonna. She had a really good night. She made a lot of choices, and she. Most people, if somebody told them I'm dying, they'd stop there and just fold like a, wet pile of cards. And she kept digging, and she found the truth, and she wasn't bamboozled. And so I got to give it to her for that.
See, I'm glad you said that so I can say someone else. I'm a fangirl, so I'm just gonna give it to Tina McGee because she was really smart about it. She's like, something is going on. We need to keep this low profile. Trust when in doubt, trust your West. So
That's right.
here for that.
Smart woman. Very smart woman. And we totally called it. We are geniuses because we needed our Tina McGee fix.
And honestly, I hope they use her more because I don't think, and I don't mean this in a bad way, that Amanda Pays is doing anything but chilling out with her lovely husband Corbin. So I'm sure she's glad to reprise her role. I think they really did have a good time on the '90s Flash. You can't find anybody that worked on that show to say a bad thing about that show. And that's saying a lot, honestly, as a person who's worked in that industry.
That's right.
So.
That's right. Oh, and by the way, I think I showed you the other week too, didn't I? When I asked asked Mr. Hamill himself if he still had
Did he
the ears.
reply?
I didn't get an answer, but it got favorited.
So is that a yes or a
He
no?
never
Are we a
replied,
go
but
to break into Mark Hamill's house and get the ears?
it didn't get a reply, but it got
Because I know
favorited.
when the Star Wars
So
premiere is, Kelly, we can do this. Oh, kidding, of course. I just want to see somebody with those damn ears on. We need to know.
yeah, that would be pretty awesome. Even just a picture of them would be awesome.
Definitely. So, about that grade, I'm gonna go first, just in case it's the same. I'm gonna give this one a B minus. Everybody got a chance to shine, and I like that. I like that they're playing with the format of not like introducing the villain right away. Either one of them, like Man Shark, Land Shark, dude, came out of nowhere for me. Like, was not expecting that. So, hats off to them for that. And I mean, I do like Firestorm as a character. I like the new addition to the Firestorm team. He's keeping that the prototype warm until Ronnie comes home. I'm good with
That's
that.
right.
So
Well,
yeah,
how interesting could it be if there's three of them, and whomever's expertise is needed, you know what I'm saying? As a regular person could stay person, and the other person could join the Firestorm Matrix.
yep. Or like
If
I
we
said,
need
I like
Ronnie,
my idea where they kind of bring Jason back into it or somebody else, and they just have two teams of Firestorm, and then they just like kind of exchange back and forth.
yeah. I mean, think about it. If they need a mechanical type person,
Ronnie, you're in.
or well, no, I mean, but he was a mechanic.
Yeah, but Ronnie's an engineer too, and that's kind of similar.
Well, just depends. Are we talking nuclear fission or are we talking about a car? You know?
True.
So, I mean, it could be really interesting. And everybody's enhanced by each other's knowledge. I mean, don't they retain that?
That's a good question.
Cuz I would think, because you remember how
He wanted pizza and he hated pizza.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there are residual effects. Do they also keep residual knowledge?
That would be interesting. You should totally tweet Gabrielle Stanton. She is the executive story editor. She would probably be the one to ask. She's the
That
keeper
would be
of the show Bible, as far as I know.
very cool. That would be a very, very interesting discussion to have.
Definitely. You know what? Write that down, and when we do our roundtable, I think, yeah, we're definitely going to do a roundtable. So keep that question for the roundtable. So what'd you give this episode?
We were so close.
B
I
plus?
actually gave it a B.
Oh.
B.
Now, why did you give it a B? She's like, lack of berry, duh.
That too, yeah. Um, I do wish we would have seen more of Barry. We would have at least had a mention of, I mean, his dad's been gone how long now? We haven't heard even a phone call or anything from him. I feel like kind of we're gaining a glimpse at Barry's possible, future brief love interest. We're missing out on a lot of other things that we kind of need to know about. But yeah, I liked that we got a good look at, Dr. Stein and his story and how that whole Firestorm Matrix works. We get to see. I wish we would have had a little more Cisco too.
Of course.
Yeah, and but kudos for sending us Tina, and hopefully seeing that more. And it would be really neat if we started getting Mercury Labs doing more, and maybe for some reason us having to get involved with Mercury Labs. You know what I mean? So that there's more interaction.
Unify the companies.
Yes. Or, have, who knows? Go into partnership.
I'm saying they already stole your prototype.
Yeah, well, exactly. And it's not like Barry is Eobard Thawne. He's not evil. You know what I'm saying?
Well, maybe not this Barry.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what I'm saying.
Yes, of course. I'm just teasing because that's the going theory right now that Zoom is evil Barry from Earth 2. And I would like that because that would be really amazing for Grant to portray.
That would be really cool, actually. Yeah.
To play against Tyler. I think he can do it. I think
fun.
he do a really good job with it.
Yeah.
Let's do some shameless plugs, I guess. Oh, actually, before we get to shameless plugs, there is a issue of the Flash proper comic book title, Flash number 45. If you are one of the first 3 people to send in an email, you will get a digital copy of that book. So if you're interested, send an email to flashpoint.smg@gmail.com for your chance to win.
Woohoo!
Okay, now we can
stuff
do
is
shameless
awesome.
plugs.
Well, you can find me on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and anywhere else that really matters at Super Squint. That's SuperSquint. And you can also listen to me on Before the Bat with Phil and Tyler, the Gotham podcast. And, of course, on Queen Consolidated with the lovely Miss Lilith.
Yay! As for me, you can find me on Twitter at Lilith Hellfire if you want to read some cool reviews and not just about superhero shows. I also do Quantico and How to Get Away with Murder and Rain, and I'll be doing throwback articles on everything. I've watched anything that's sci-fi: Eureka, Buffy, Caprica, Battlestar Galactica original and remake, or reimagining, whatever you want to call it, Star Trek, all that stuff. So if you're interested, check me out at lilithhellfire.com. As for the podcast, you can find us on Twitter, Flashpoint_SMG. We are on Facebook, facebook.com/the Flashpoint podcast. And like I said, our email is flashpoint.smg@gmail.com. We look forward to hearing from you. If any way you want to reach out, you can also just message us on Facebook or leave a comment. We're up for it all.
That we are.
So it will be next Tuesday before you know it.
We'll be back in the